Hey y'all, today is August 16th, 2023, and I thought I would give you a little tour of the garden. I usually don't do tours in August because it is a weedy mess. The weeds become more than you can take care of, but I thought I'd just show real life because I'm not like one of these fancy YouTube people that has someone to help them. It's just us trying to take care of the garden, and weeds get crazy in August. I don't spray anything in the garden. I don't use any chemicals or Roundup or anything like that. I try and do everything as organically as possible, and I even don't use the city water. I use only rainwater to water with, so everything really appreciates that, weeds and all. All my sunflowers are gone here. All the squirrels and birds have taken them all. The squirrels keep running off with the whole head. But I was just going to try and show that we have a lot still in the garden, even though it's weedy. I've got 2 arbors full of Malabar spinach, and I've got the rampicante squash, and there's still a few sunflowers holding on, and there's lots and lots of weeds. But even though there's all these weeds, you can still have garden produce like this. So don't let that discourage you, the weeds. I keep trying different things every year to try and combat them because it is overwhelming sometimes, but I usually just let it be, and then in the winter time I tackle it. Basically, I just get rid of all the weeds as best as I can, and that's what I do. This year, I put in this ground cover, and it did really good. I'm really happy with it, except for like where I couldn't get under the garden bed area. So I'm going to try and remedy that next year. This is a lot of weeds here. I was going to show the sun gold tomatoes here, and the lemon balm and basil, and the sweet potatoes are going crazy. This bed's not as bad. I had a little bit of grass clippings to use. I didn't put any ground cover on this bed. So we had very few grass clippings for some reason this year, so it's not as bad. But this bed is really bad. This has always been a really bad weedy bed. I tried to use a ground cover from Dollar General. It was like a cloth ground cover. I tried using that in this bed, and as you can see, that does not work. So I will not be doing that again. But I have plans this winter, if I can afford it and everything works out, that to try different things that hopefully will work. We still have more pumpkins. There's some here, and I think there is like 3 down here. I know there's at least 2, but I think, oh yep, there's 3. I see them now. And I was going to show how pretty the crepe myrtle tree looks. It's really pretty too. But if you are just starting to garden or get discouraged with the weeds, it's okay. Real people's gardens look like this, and it's okay to have weeds. It can be tackled, it can be fixed and remedied. But we have a lot of peppers. Even though we picked all those peppers, they're done growing again. I fertilized it the other day, and the leaves look nice, and it's got more blooms and blossoms on it. And really, honestly, almost about ready to come do more picking. But it is what it is. It's a weedy mess, but it can be fixed. And hopefully, as gardeners, I think we always do this. Hopefully next year will be better. And we can just do better. But this, I was going to show also, this rampicante squash is planted over here. I have several, I think maybe 3 or 4. I need to train this one up here before he goes crazy. And then there's another one here, but there's also another one that just came all the way over to it's basically all the way across the whole entire arbor. So what is that, like 16 feet? It's there. And then there's a cute little baby squash in there. But it is really neat. This is my first year growing this one. I'm not sure what it tastes like or anything. I'm kind of letting it grow like a winter squash, and I'm going to try that and see. But I know there's lots of weeds, but there's still beauty in the garden. You got your sunflowers, and this rampicante squash was blooming the other morning and had multiple pretty squash blossoms, so they're really nice. But I just thought I would show, oh, I was going to show too the fruit area that we have. I'll come through here again. Like I said, it's a weedy mess. My weed eater broke too, so I wasn't able to get this weed eated. We got, like, you can tell the difference too. I was going to show the difference in the aisles. That's what the aisles look like without the ground cover, and that's what the aisles look like with the ground cover. Hopefully I'll be able to afford enough of it next year to where I can basically like redo this whole fruit area. I think I may end up digging up most things and putting the ground cover down and then planting them. I know I have a ton of comfrey in here, so I'm not really sure how to tackle that, but you can tell that the ground cover really does a good job. I'm so happy with that this year. And there's still lots of weeds, but you can still see the plants. Let's see, I'll show you the one blueberry plant. You can see some of our newer blueberry plants. They're there. And honestly, I know it's weedy, but I really like this area. It's so pretty with all the sunflowers. I've used all them buckets of soil and put it there, and in hopes that this would be really pretty with the flowers. And I mean, it's not perfect, but it's still pretty. So I'm pretty happy with it, other than the weeds. But I mean, if you have a garden, you're gonna have weeds, so it's just life. You have good and bad with everything. But anyways, I thought I would just share where we're at on August 16th. And we still got lots of peppers and still got tomatoes. I have been picking the tomatoes like, oh goodness. Sorry about that. That scared me. It was a bunny. Okay, so I've been picking tomatoes like crazy because I have figured out a sauce recipe, and I keep them picked really good because I'm making a lot of sauce. But I guess that's all. I hope y'all's gardens are producing really good too, and I will talk to you later. Bye.